In 2015, Senator Bill Heffernan appeared before the Senate committee to change the definition of the law to be an institution, because he was concerned by the people within the law system, from judges down to lawyers, who were involved in the process of pedophilia. And he wanted them to be held accountable. And he had documents, police documents, which was evidence that should have been presented to a court of law, but no court would accept them to try high-profile accused pedophiles. And his document, the Royal Commission in the Institutional Treatment of Children, requested him to produce those documents. And he did produce those documents. But they were not accepted because the terms of reference required that the law to be an institution, otherwise they could not accept those documents. And although Bill Heffernan got an order to produce them, they were rejected because they did not fall under the terms of reference. So he went before the appropriate Senate committee to have them declare the legal system as an institution, so that these matters could be dealt with by the Royal Commission into the Institutional Abuse of Children. And that committee were too busy trying to do something else to even consider what Bill was talking about. And so his documents remained unaccepted, and judges, barristers, clerks of the court and others that were accused of pedophilia could not be held accountable from that Royal Commission. And he had police evidence against them that could not be accepted. Every Attorney General since Ruddock in 2003 has had a copy of those documents, which in our society should actually be a wonderful thing. But the reason they have a copy of those police documents, that evidence against 28 high-profile accused pedophiles, which frighteningly includes politicians, even a former Prime Minister, judges and government officials, they are protected in New South Wales through a suppression order, a 90-year suppression order after the Woodrow Commission, done by the Supreme Court of New South Wales. But the police that had this evidence did not give up. They sent it to Attorney General Ruddock to get him to do something. And from what we understand, he wanted to do something about it, but someone was working in his department, took it to the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister got the Governor General under his authority to suppress those documents federally. Not only did they suppress those documents, they suppressed any knowledge of the suppression order. And then they made it so that every Attorney General since Ruddock had to have a copy of those documents to protect those 28 people if they ever were brought before a court of law charged with pedophilia. So not only are they getting away with historical charges, but they are also getting away with ongoing charges. So if in our society it's unacceptable that our Attorney General, who's supposed to be the highest ranking law officer in the nation, is protecting under a suppression order high-profile accused pedophiles. Not only protecting them from historical accusations, but also protecting them from ongoing accusations. So next time the Attorney General gets on the TV or is out in public, ask him a question or her a question. Why are you not acting against those 28 accused pedophiles? During the federal election last year, Albanese was asked the question about the 28. There's video footage of him being asked. I've never seen him run so fast in my life. The other way. In fact, he should put his name down for the 100-metre sprint. So fast he was to get out of there because he did not want to answer the question. It's unacceptable in our country.
So you say, if the names are suppressed, how did Senator Bill Heffernan talk about it and not get arrested? Well, he used parliamentary privilege. In Parliament, when you're in there in a certain section and you're talking to Parliament, you have the privilege to speak about anything, absolutely anything. Now, you only get like 5 minutes to talk. The Senator Heffernan went on for quite some time, and how did he manage to do this? Because other politicians said they gave him their time to talk because they considered this issue a big enough issue to deal with. So you have multiple senators, some allowing Senator Todd their time to talk, and Mr. Heffernan himself talking about this in Parliament. They weren't interested. They were more interested in financial estimates. Why is this? Because they are more worried about how much of your money they're going to get than looking after the children of this country. They are more interested in how much money they're going to get or need to spend without having to address the issue of your children's rights and freedoms and innocence removed. That doesn't sound right. Now, any one of those politicians in there, any one of those people that step up in that parliamentary area has that privilege to talk about anything without they have full indemnity. Do any of them talk about this? No. Senator Roberts actually made a video that said it didn't exist. Really, Mr. Roberts? Interesting. So you're saying that the document that Mr. Heffernan had in his hand, which was a police document, doesn't exist. What did you call it? Oh, he said it's a handwritten document of names with no proof and no background. That is possible what Mr. Heffernan had, but the original document from 1995-1997 Royal Commission into Sexual Abuse of Children had an official police prosecution document with 28 names of high-profile pedophiles on it. Government officials, an ex-Prime Minister, ooh, better hide that one, sports personnel, famous newsreaders. That's right, and that was an official police document, not a handwritten document, Mr. Roberts. So, how about instead of putting out a video to the people that it doesn't exist, how about you stand up in that parliamentary building and exercise your right and ask for those names to be revealed. Those people have never been prosecuted. They're never even removed from office, never even removed from the place where they were able to abuse children. We are not a lynch mob. We are asking for them to have their day in court. They can have their trial. And if they're found innocent, so be it. But I can guarantee they won't be. The evidence is there. It's suppressed. When they run it in another Royal Commission a few years later into the sexual abuse in government institutions, it was brought up then. And judge of the day decided that the best thing to do when the question was arisen was go into recess, an adjournment for dinner, for lunch. And then when he came back, he conveniently forgot to address that issue, that question. And later on, when he was brought up and asked about it, he said, we decided not to redress that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Interesting choice of words. Why would a single judge say we? That doesn't sound right. Maybe when he went to recess after that question was asked and he absolutely shit himself, he made a phone call, or someone made a phone call to him, and they said, no, don't talk about that. And that's why he said we, accidentally. And then also decided not to talk about it because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Interesting choice of words again. The public would never lose confidence in the truth. If the judiciary was speaking the truth or dealing with the truth, there would be no loss of confidence. In fact, the opposite happens. When you don't talk about it as the judiciary, you are covering it up. We lose confidence in the judiciary. We have lost confidence in the judiciary because all they were interested in is speeding fines and traffic infringements and money. How do we know this? Because we have thousands of police officers running around in cars booking people, soccer mums, for going 5Ks over the speed limit. Well, thousands and thousands of children are abused sexually and had their freedoms and their innocence removed. And 48 children a day go missing. How about you pull those police officers off the speeding ticket thing and... Did you? That mob have been doing that for a while. Sorry. How about you pull those people off those police speeding fine traps, all that sort of shit, and actually use that stuff for good? All those cameras that you are busy putting up everywhere. How about you use it to track down those 48 children a day and their perpetrators? We don't need a national redress scheme to pay off the victims. We need no victims.
That's it, right there.
One victim is too many.